Yeah, I mean, there's tons of things I've learned. I'm tired. Times. Huh. What happened? Oh, I went into a pipe. Whoa, 2 water levels in a row? Well, this looks cool. Yeah, it's also another like really important thing. I guess this is this is my game development tips. I wonder if that's what I should do. I should play games and then talk about whatever, because then I'm doing something instead of just sitting there talking. So like, what the hell was I just saying? Another tip. Oh, okay. See, another thing that I kind of learned is like, okay, because I had never really done game design before. I mean, the stuff in SMBC I did, but that was all kind of like laid on top of something that was already there. It wasn't starting from scratch. So when you're designing a game from scratch, you pretty much have infinite possibilities. I mean, you do. Well, sort of. I mean, like, anything that's like possible to experience through a controller and a screen, you know, you can do that. So you have quite a lot of options. So it's really easy to get stuck just thinking about all the possibilities and being like, oh, I want to make the best game ever. And you're just like, oh, I want the character to be able to like fly and get a bunch of power-ups that just like changes them into all these different things, and want to have all these crazy enemies and bosses. And it's really easy to design too much stuff that you can't realistically do. But then another problem with having so many options is like, you might just like never make up your mind. You might just keep being like, okay, we're gonna make platformer, we're gonna have some different characters, and then you're like, who are these characters? And you're like, oh, I want all the characters to be really different. And then you're like, oh, I don't know how to do that. I want all the characters to be pretty similar. What should they have in common? You can keep getting yourself into these loops. You're like, oh, having the characters be too different isn't working out. Let's have them be the same. Then you're like, oh, they're too similar. It's boring. So then you're gonna be like, oh, then I want it to be different again. That's just like one example. So like, the point I'm trying to make is like, you need to pick a direction and stick with it. Maybe the direction you pick isn't even like, maybe it's not the best one ever. But like, what does that mean? It's like, if you have infinite possibilities, is one of them really the best one? Or are all of them the best? You just have to like pick one and make it the best. So that was one thing I kind of realized about a few weeks ago. I was like, okay, you need to just like, I decided like, okay, this is the direction we're going. You just take that direction and you run with it. You say, this is what we're doing. You have to give yourself some limitations. So like, when you make a decision, you're kind of limiting yourself. Limiting yourself can sometimes be a bad thing, but not all the time. Because if you're always open to everything, you're never going to be able to get anything done. So limit yourself to an idea that you're excited about. And then kind of think within Within your limited idea or your game concept, think, how can I make this the best? How can I do things with this that other games haven't done before? Or, oh, fuck, it's a maze level. No. Another word for maze level is time vampire. I'm going to skip this level. That's how much I hate levels that repeat. So, yeah, your concept. Decide on one. Decide what your game is, and then run with it. But then, yeah, it's important to limit yourself. Because even with your game concept, you might get out of control and you might want to do too much. One thing, like I said, that I'm trying to do is like, there's a lot of stuff I want to do, but I also know that we have limited time and people. We don't have like a lot of developers. So I'm kind of trying to design stuff that I want to be in the game, but I'm not necessarily going to have in right away. Because, you know, there's the concept now of, like, releasing your game in episodes. So, like, maybe there's a feature I want in the game, but it doesn't have to be in the first part of the game. Like, I could have an idea for a feature that's, like, kind of big, and I could just kind of, like, plan for it in both, kind of in the code and in the design. And just say, like, I know we're going to do this later, so maybe we have to do a little bit of extra upfront work, but as long as it's not like too much, you know, it's worth it. So that's just another thing to think about. I think another thing with all of this, with everything we've been trying to do, everything I've experienced, I think one of the most surprising things was like what it was like to have a Kickstarter and have backers. That ended up being a lot different than I thought it was going to be. I learned right away. Once people give you money, they treat you a lot differently. Because they've, like, given you something, and they want something in return. Even if you're doing your best. Some people, you know, no matter what you do, it's not good enough for them. So if you do a Kickstarter or crowdfunding or whatever, you have to deal with people just not being happy with you. So be prepared for that. I always try my best to find a balance between like keeping backers happy and getting stuff done in the game. The game is always a priority for me, but I try to do updates like once a month. It's like the minimum. I don't know, it's just like really all I can handle. So, who is this? Why is she here? Don't know. Yep, it's been pretty crazy. And I used to do like talking videos, remember? If you are a fan or whatever of Exploding Rabbits. I used to do these talking videos and then, fuck, I have to wait again. And I would like talk to the camera and I would call it therapy. Because it would help me figure out stuff, and I feel like that's what I'm doing now, but I'm playing a game while I'm doing it. So maybe that makes it more interesting, because you get to watch the game while I'm talking. I don't know. Holy shit, look at this room. Oh, and I'm going right to left. Wow. So I'm pretending that I don't have invincible. Oops. Whatever. Oh, I can't slide with this character. Man. It's a pretty fun room. Good job, Blaine. But yeah, it's just a thing in life, you know? You can't make everyone happy. It's impossible. I don't even know if it's possible to make anyone happy. I mean, I'm married, so maybe I made at least one person happy. Oops. So that's cool. But yeah, I don't know. People keep sending me emails saying like, don't give up. We believe in you. And that's very nice of people to do that, but I'm not like that discouraged or anything. Things are a little bit harder than I expected, but it's not really a big deal. It's just, I think I'm just the kind of person that's like, oh, things didn't turn out exactly like I thought, but whatever, I just go with it. I think you have to be able to do that if you're involved in anything creative, especially if you're the boss. You're kind of like the person that kind of has to keep everyone like excited and keep everyone working and make sure everyone is going in a direction that's like positive and everyone's working on something that makes sense. It's your job if you're the boss. So I've already had a lot of experience doing that with all the movies I made. I was always the director, so I always had to manage a bunch of people. So it's a little bit different when you live with those people. Well, it's a lot different actually, but it's been pretty good. Iggy is actually, she is my wife, if you don't know. Oh cool, she turns green. Do that. Even Iggy has been like helping with stuff now. Before she was like, oh, I'm not part of the team. But we found, whoa, cool, he made him the music notes. That's awesome. We found something for her to do that's really useful. She's like our human resources person, which is, whoa, I screw attacked him. So she kind of like keeps people happy, and she's really good at getting people to talk to each other. So like if anyone is ever unhappy with someone else on the team, she kind of like makes them talk and work it out. So she's been awesome, because I'm not the best at like talking about touchy-feely feelings. But she's like awesome at that, so it's probably why I'm with her, because she's a lot different than me, and her strengths are my weaknesses, and my strengths are her weaknesses. I think it's good to be in a relationship with someone that's different than you. Wow, this would be really hard if I didn't have invincible. Man, I don't even know how Blaine did all this. There's like so many levels. You guys don't know how long making games takes. I built him a really cool level editor. So I guess that's why it was bearable for him to make all of this. But you guys should thank him, man, because it's not easy and it takes forever. It's fun though. Doing the creative part of making games is really fun. Eventually, hopefully I'll be able to do just that. But for right now, it's not really possible. Oh, this is pretty cool. Yeah, all these levels are really fun. He's a pretty good game or level designer. Hey, I can fly. The hover is so cool. Oh, yeah, and I can... Oh, I don't have the ceiling. Wish I had ceiling walking. Yeah, you never even get to use the ceiling walking much because it's hard to get. So, that kind of sucks. Wish I had it more. Is that it? Yeah! That took so long to program, by the way. I think that was like the hardest thing I programmed ever when I did it. Because I was still kind of new to programming when I did like the wall climbing and stuff, but it works really well. Wow. But yeah, I just remember Ryu's wall climbing was like the first climbing I did, and then I was like, okay, I did that, so maybe I can get the ceiling working. So I kind of like used Ryu's wall climbing code and kind of added the ceiling to it. But then I added being able to jump, you know, off the walls and onto the walls. Spent a lot of time on that. Turned out really well though, so I guess it was worth it. I'm gonna be gray so I blend in with this level. I think I'm going to stop after I get to 8-4 because I'm really tired. Wow, this looks cool. That would be a lot of fun if I wasn't invincible. Yeah, this looks like a fun level. Having the music from the characters in this game is so cool. It's just... I think that's why this game is so popular. Well, it's one of the reasons. I do think the gameplay is pretty good. Just saying. But... the nostalgia factor, with all the music, graphics, really, really comes together to make something beautiful. Beautiful and nostalgic. Bill's... I like Bill's like bad jump controls where you can't stop in the air. So you have to be like hitting right and left. It's kind of fun. Makes him a little bit more risky on the jumps. And I like that you can be moving, then you hit the ground and he stops. It kind of makes your jump feel like nice and solid, and he has that landing sound. I like his landing sound. It just feels like a nice solid landing. Yep, it's almost 6, so stop after 8-4, and we'll say it's like a normal game. That's what I thought I was only playing at 8-4 originally. Then I remember that Lost Levels has like 5 extra worlds, 4 or 5, something like that. Mega Man. Haven't been Proto Man. Oh yeah, and there's Quint. But man, look what this game turned into. Originally it was just Super Mario Brothers with different characters, and then came up with the crazy skinning system. I'm impressed that I came up with this skinning system when I was... At that time I only had like a year, well maybe a little bit more than a year of experience programming, and came up with this really cool system for the graphics switching. I mean, yeah, it doesn't perform well, but looks cool. And I don't know if there was any other way for me to really do it. I was working with limitations with Flash. I mean, now I know about shaders, but shaders weren't even possible to use at that point. Do I have bouncy pits on? Oh, I didn't even know that. I guess I could have been jumping on the pit. Oh look, I can't get up there. But yeah, one thing I learned a lot about lately is shaders. We have this guy Jesse on our team who's just like insane. He's a genius, but he knows a lot about shaders. He taught me a lot about them, and we've been using him for some like really interesting effects. Oh. Wait, I went on a vine to beat the level? That's cool. Yeah, we've been we've done like a lot of experimentation with graphics also. That was just something that I had no experience with. It's like designing the look of a game. I don't know, it's just... It's the same thing, there's so many possibilities. It's like, what do you want the game to look like? And what's possible for you to do, and how are you going to do it? So you try all these different things, and some things work, some things don't. You just gotta keep trying different stuff. Say, what's the best? What's the best for us? I want to listen to Final Fantasy IV music. I'm starting to lose my voice. I guess I don't talk a lot normally, so I get my voice goes away when I talk. Oh yeah, we had to have Lakitu be able to appear in the middle of the level for the lost levels. That's a new thing. Or maybe he did that in special. I don't know. At some point I added that. Who knows? This was such a cool character to add. I was so happy when Blaine added him. I convinced him to add the Dark Knight version also, because I like the Dark Knight Cecil. Wow, that's cool. The sword was even the sword from the game. It's really cool. Oh, it's a vine. I didn't know what was happening. I'm just gonna keep going. I need to beat the level so I can go to sleep. Oh wow, even that makes a sound. I don't remember that making a sound before. Stuff keeps getting added to the game that I don't know about. Blaine doesn't really know how to program much, but he knows how to modify the code a little bit. So all the stuff he added was like stuff that you don't really have to program for. Look at that. So yeah, it was cool having this game continue to be developed while I wasn't working on it. That was a really good feeling. I'd eventually like to have, when we have more money, to maybe have multiple projects going on at once. I mean, I guess that's technically what we were doing, but multiple projects that we can actually sell would be nice. Whoa. Let's be Luigi. I don't think I've been him yet. Princess. The 16-bit princess in an 8-bit world. It's crazy. Oh. And even this music gets me. It's like nostalgia. It's everywhere in this game. And Luigi's so hard to control. This would be so hard with him. Look at this, I'm just like flying through. Yeah, we didn't get to add the floating for her. I was gonna do it, but I don't know, I was just too busy. Whoa, did I just... Is this a maze? Is this a maze? I hate these things. Game? Oh, that looks really weird. Oh, swimming. Firepower. Look how she throws it. It's like, I guess it's the vegetable throwing thing. Look at how she swims. Look at her animation. Looks like she's like telling someone to come here. She's like dancing or something. The firewalls are like purple. That's cool. Or pink. I don't know what color that is. Ah! I love how the music stops and starts each time. It's brilliant. Brilliant programming. Yeah, I mean, with this game I was able to... I mean, the game was like originally planned to not do all this like crazy skinning stuff. And it wasn't even originally planned to have more levels. That's why it took us so long to add levels. And then once we started adding levels, we added like tons of them. Did I just go back to the beginning? Who would do that? And why? Why are you ruining my life? Why does it take so long to go here? At least the game remembers what coins I got. That was hard to do when I was like a new programmer. I was like, how do I do that? To make the game know which stuff you got when you go back to an area. It's not as easy as you think. Nothing's as easy as you think. Man, I'm running out of time. Stupid level. Stupid repeating levels. Oh, get in there! Okay, so don't go in the pipe this time. I can't believe someone put a pipe there. Okay. I personally don't like games that are frustrating or that do cheap tricks like that, so you won't find something like that in a game that I make. Well, I guess, haha, this is a game that I made. Isn't that funny? Oh shit, I'm gonna run out of time. I have 2 seconds left. Infinite time, yes. Man, how am I supposed to know which pipe to go in? If I go in the wrong one, it's going to take me all the way back. Why did you do this to me, game? How could you do this to me? Is that the right one? No! How could they do 8-4 like this? I can just imagine all the little kids like, oh, I'm just trying to play Mario, and oh, it's like, keeps sending me back. My life. Time is important. That's why when I make games, I don't want to make games that waste your time. I want it to be a good use of your time. And I want every second to be important. Every second of the game matters. I don't want any bullshit. I hate when games make you go back. I hate it. If I already played a part of the game, I don't need to play it again. Okay? So... Whoa. What the hell's going on here? Look at this. I believe we have a bug. Let's just watch this for a little while. We have a teleporting... Wow. I mean, I totally know what's happening because I know how the game is programmed, but it's teleporting you between two areas. It's not supposed to be able to do that. So there's a problem with how that's set up, obviously. Okay, so that's the pipe I went in last time. Okay, so I tried that one. What? What the hell? Where else am I supposed to go? I tried that. That's the pipe that brought me back. Maybe you're not supposed to go in a pipe. What? I beat it? Okay. Pretty sure this part is messed up. I shot icicles with fireballs and they just like fell. I thought they would melt. Still never changed the rotation of the fire bars. They still rotate way differently than they did in the original. What the hell? Is that Bowser? Who are you? Why are you in this game? How did you get in this game? You're from Mario 3. That must have been the fake Bowser, because I forgot Lost Levels has fake Bowsers. We made the fake Bowsers skinnable differently than the real Bowser. Look how long this level is, man. How would I have done this without infinite time? Man, this is the longest. Oh, it's the real Bowser. Are you real? Are you real? Let's go. So what happens now? The subcon? What the fuck is a subcon? Seriously, what is a subcon? What is a subcon? What is it? Normal Samus. Wow, I start on a moving platform. That's cool. Oh, and see this water down here? Like, that was hard to do, so hope you like it. We made it for the Super Mario Bros. 3 skin. That was like back in the 2.0 days. We thought it was really cool. Yeah. Anyway, it's a little too late for me right now, and there's too many levels in this game. Maybe I'll finish it later. I don't know. At least I got to talk for a while. I know people say, like, Jay, you don't make videos anymore. Are you sad? It's not that I'm not making videos because I'm sad. I'm just very, very busy. Making Super Action Squad is my #1 priority. So I try to spend as much time as possible on that. And there just isn't a lot of time to think about other things. There's only so much time in a day, and I only have so many thoughts in my head. And I only have so much attention. So I have to put my attention on what's important to me. So my attention is on Super Action Squad. And doing everything possible to get that done. So that's why, even though I tried to do like Twitter and stuff, and I just can't my focus is limited. I'm like a laser person. Like I focus on one thing at a time. So I'll just keep working on the game, and I've learned quite a bit. I think everyone here has learned a lot, and things are going well, even though, people thought the game would have been done by now. It's a big learning experience for us, but every day we're learning, trying new things. So it's coming along. Like, we will make the game. It will be released. Don't know the date, but it's coming. I'm happy with how it's going. Pretty excited about it. I'm trying to take all the fun stuff in Super Mario Crossover and expand it, make it better. To have a fresh new experience, but to have some flavor from all the best platformers. So yeah, I mean, I guess honestly I am trying to make the best platformer ever made, but I think we can do it. I'm sure later I'll be able to make an even better platformer, but I feel like we're on the right track and that we can do it. So anyway, it's time for me to go to sleep. Hope you enjoyed the video and watch me play a bit and talk about whatever. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Hope you're doing well. Whoever you are. Hope you're enjoying your life and playing some cool games. I'm doing that thing where I just keep talking, so I'm going to stop now. But yeah, really, thanks for watching the video. Thanks for supporting Exploding Rabbit. If you do like Super Mario Bros. Crossover, support Super Action Squad either by telling people about it or helping us out with some money. Either way, it helps a lot, and we will continue to do our best. Thank you. Have a great day.
Exploring